So I'm here at Apple Park, and they're about to go on stage in like 50 minutes and announce all the new products, but there's a whole bunch of gossip on the floor here, so here's all the last minute predictions of what everybody thinks is going to drop. Okay, first off, I've literally heard the word AI like 100,000 times. Also, there's MKBHD. That's cool. A lot of the predictions are sounding like it's not going to be anything crazy, but rather a really well integrated version of what we already know. This means text generation, image generation, all those things that we already know. I think in classic Apple fashion, they're just going to bring it to the consumers and make it accessible as possible. There's actually been a lot of chatter on the iPad as well, and what they're trying to do with it. There's a lot of people that agrees it's kind of in a weird spot right now, whether they're going to try to make it more like a computer or maybe like a smart home hub if they're going to release their own smart home OS. Not a lot of people know, but I think we're going to get some iPad answers. And lastly, Vision Pro. Again, I think that's going to be software side lining up with WWDC, where they're going to make the device just so much more usable than it is now in its current V1 phase. Anyway, the vibe's incredible. There's a lot of cool people. There's a lot of really smart people here, and I'm just so excited to see everything on stage. Make sure you keep an eye on my feed because you're going to be seeing a lot of real-time content coming down the line. Thanks, guys. So I just got into Apple Park. I'm going to watch the WWDC event live in about an hour here, but I've got some time to kill, so I'm going to give you guys a little behind-the-scenes tour of what it's like inside Apple Park, because it's absolutely insane here. Okay, first off, if you haven't seen it from like the aerial view, it's basically like a big circle, and the building is insane. It's so big, but also like super minimal. It's very like on brand for Apple. It's absolutely gorgeous, frankly. And then for the event, we're on the outside of the circle, and then you'll see right behind me here, this is kind of where everybody sits, and that's the stage where they do all the announcements. And then if we walk away from the stage and go kind of through the circle here, there's like a big event area. So I'm like inside the circle now, but it's like all open to the outside. It's just seating here, and then there's like a cafe area thing over there. I don't know, let's go check it out. Yeah, very on-brand Apple, super minimal. Okay, so now we're gonna go in here, which is like the inside of the circle. So like I said, we were on the outside before. There's like a bunch of doors. I don't know if I'm supposed to be in here, but I go anyway. All right, and then this is like the inside of the circle. They got like a bunch of charging stations, super open here. This is like a really cool spot. And I think this is where us media and PR people get cut off, but you can see here the whole rest of the circle. And again, it is absolutely huge. This place is so cool. I'm gonna check in with you guys again in like an hour when the event starts, but I just wanted to show this place off because it's pretty incredible. The Apple event just finished. Here's everything that they released that you're actually gonna care about in under 2 minutes. First up, the Apple Vision Pro got a bunch of new updates. We have new hand gestures, ultra-wide virtual displays, and it's available in a bunch of new countries, including Canada. They also released this new Canon lens that can record Vision Pro footage. Some new AirPods gesture updates where you could use nodding and shaking your head to interact with them. And there's now much better audio isolation and noise cancellation for calls. iOS 18 was released, and there's a whole bunch of new features around styling. You can now freely drag and drop icons, change their size, and even change their color for dark and light themes. On top of that, they're giving developers more control over Control Center, so you have easier access to your apps without having to tap into them. They added broader support for tapbacks, so now you could use any emoji to react to a message. There's a new gaming mode that reduces Bluetooth latency for both headphones and controllers. Apple Maps now supports hiking trails, and the satellite SOS mode can now be used to send text messages, not just emergency signals anymore. macOS also got some huge updates with its own password manager and the ability to mirror and control your iPhone. This one's pretty big. As well as a better window snapping tool. This thing's kind of niche, but if you know, you know. This is something that's been so overdue. Now on to the big stuff. They finally fixed Siri. It's way smarter and more organic now. You could use more natural prompts when you're giving it messages and asking for things, and it's going to respond to you more naturally as well. Siri's been lacking for quite some time, so I'm super excited about this one. And on top of being smart, it's been giving access and control to a bunch of different apps. So not only is it going to be able to tell you information, it's going to be able to get that information from apps and relay it back to you, as well as make changes in those apps. And lastly, the big kahuna, I'll make a whole video on this, but Apple's new AI model, Apple Intelligence. While they didn't necessarily innovate anything new, it's mostly just image generation and text generation. What they did change the game on is the accessibility. It's really easy to access it, whether it's in your messages, your emails, your photos. You can do all these things that you see happening with AI organically on your Apple device at any time, anywhere. It's so, so cool how they integrated that. On top of that, it's fully personalized, and this is the really big deal. So when you're writing an email, it's going to be able to get context from your messages and your calendar invites and learn what your behavior is over time when it's making decisions, when it's writing things. It's going to be able to be personalized to you. This is kind of possible by making your own GPT, but now it's so accessible and being dropped in our laps, and we can just do it on our iPhones. The really cool thing here is not only do you have access to Apple's direct AI model, but you're also getting direct access to ChatGPT for more complex requests, as well as possibly other GPTs. This means you'll get free access to all the everyday stuff, but if you want to do some more AI heavy powerlifting, you'll be able to integrate that as well. The way they handled this is so elegant, and I'm really glad they didn't throw a bunch of billables in there, just use the basic feature. There is so much more stuff, but that's the important stuff. Keep an eye out for more coverage, and I'll catch you in the next video.